Hi there, and the Story Ninja's in the house, and it's so good to see all of you. Another little gem that's popped out of the bookcase. I know I haven't seen this one in ages, but this one is called The Poofiest Pong. The Poofiest Pong has been written by Katherine, who is a Cape Town local author, and illustrations are by Sylvia Caris. So I'm just going to leave that with you. The Poofiest Pong. What in the world do you think our story is about? So while you are thinking, I'll be nattering. So just a little share. Okay, this is going to help your thought along. But I found that our book was autographed by the author herself, dated 16 May 2017. And dear Jimmer, because that's my Jimmer, happy reading. Love, Katherine. So happy listening to all of my listening ninjas out there. I'm sure the picture gave you some deep insight as to what our story is about today. But lo and behold, all sensitive listeners and viewers, you may need some support and maybe a friend or family member or two to just listen along with you. So let's get started. Billy Burnham makes the poofiest pongs, and I should know because he's my little brother. So guys, listen here, I'll be sharing a few pictures as we go along. I'm sure you'd like that. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can you tell if a fart is stinkier than somebody else's? Is your fart stinkier than mine? Or is my fart stinkier than yours? I told you it was going to be a bit disgusting and gross, didn't I? Anyway, Mom occasionally farts. She is loud and proud. When she's made one, she giggles and says, "Whoops, sorry." But we don't actually mind because they don't really stink. Mine are also quite mild. There's a bit of a pong, but it doesn't hang around very long. And I'm sneaky about it. Sneaky too. Which helps. I always make sure I move into another room before anyone can pick it up. Ooh, but Dad's farts. Oi, they are something. Whew. They are the kind of stinks that you can't get away from. He's silent but violent. If you're in a room full of people, they start to look around and screw up their noses. Who did that? They ask with questioning eyes. Dad's stinks are bad. I hope you don't get caught in too many of those. Let's see. Who's next? But Billy, my brother, he takes the cake. He may not be very big, but his baths pack the meanest punch. They are toxic. They are like stink bombs and that go off and color the air green. You know, just like in the movies. Like sodium sulfide, Dad says. Getting all scientifically correct. If Billy toots at the dinner table, you may gag on your food because they are his nuclear weapons. One day, I get an idea. A light bulb goes off in my head. Ping! Blinding me with dazzling light. Eureka! I shout. There must be a way to measure farts. I know. I'll invent a machine. A pongometer. Wow. If a good idea looks like that, it must indeed be good. Well, what do you think? It takes me weeks to perfect my machine, but at last it's ready. I call it the Pongo meter. Now I can finally test to see how poofy everybody's pongs are, and who will make the poofiest pongs of all. Do you think this little machine will work? Let's listen further. So I start with Rufus, our dog. He often makes farts while he's dreaming and scratching in his sleep. I hold up the pongo meter just after he's let off a ripper. Moving a tiny fraction, the machine dial points to... No, only a 2. Next is Mom's turn. She doesn't know that I'm creeping up behind her in the garden. She quietly lets one slip out while hanging up the washing. I hold up the pongo meter. The dial swings to... Anybody guessing? No, man, only 4. And Dad is relaxing, reading the paper when I catch him in the act. He doesn't mind me measuring the poofiness of his pong. All in the name of scientific research, says Dad. The pongo meter starts to shake. The needle quivers. Are you guessing? 7 is the score it reads. So far, Dad is leading the race as he reads the paper. And who's next? Let's find out. Is the pongo meter strong enough to measure all of this? But I know that Billy's the champion farter. After supper, he proudly declares, "Get your machine, Max! Here it comes!" The pongo meter starts vibrating violently. The needle is wobbling in the red section that says high alert. Then I see the reading A. Are we guessing? Are we guessing? Oh yes, a perfect 10. Billy is the winner by a long shot, just as I always suspected. Billy's baffs are so powerful, there must be a way to convert them into something useful. That gets me thinking. Maybe we could capture his farts and turn them into raw energy. That's it. Perhaps we could fly into outer space. Now, what do you think of that? Anyway, the next day I'm busy sawing and hammering, measuring and calculating. Billy walks around with a balloon attached to his bottom. I'm collecting his farts, you see, to fuel our rocket. At last the space rocket is ready and the balloon is full. And this is where I insert a warning. Please do not try this at home. I carefully tie a knot in it and connect it to the bottom of the rocket launcher. "Come on, Billy, scramble inside," I yell. All systems go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I pop the balloon. Blast off! Oh, goodness. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Is it working? How long is it going to work? So after leaving Earth's orbit, I spot Mars and we swerve to the right. Whoops! We've run out of fuel, so we need to force a crash landing. The loud thud. We land on the red planet. Our rocket is a write-off. Hang on. Who's hiding behind those rocks? I ask. Soon we're surrounded by aliens. Ooh. What next? Oh, Billy starts beating them off him. "Maybe they want to capture us to be their slaves," he shouts. They are yelling at us in a strange language. Yagulawandamanda, one says. Then I see something flicker in his belly. It's a picture of our mom and she's crying. Oh dear. I think he's trying to tell us to go home, Billy says. We jump into their spacecraft and zoom off home. Imagine Mom and Dad's surprise when they see us in a spaceship full of aliens. Just then, Billy farts, and the aliens start howling and holding their noses. They can't wait to get rid of us. A beam of light lowers us down, and then the spaceship disappears. Where on earth did you go? Mom asks. Billy just smiles and says he'll explain everything tomorrow. As she tucks us in bed, I ask, did you know my brother has the poofiest pongs in the world? She nods. In fact, I think he has the poofiest pongs in the entire universe. Dad winks and says, the poofiest pongs by far. So I hope you've enjoyed the story. It was pretty wild, don't you think? Right? Just a moment there. Please do not go trying these experiments at home. They may be far more dangerous than our book ever lets on. But nonetheless, I know you had fun, and catch you next time. And bye for now.